Roblox has officially gone dead. Well, not in a way that is officially becoming inactive, it's more in a way that is getting rarer to find good games. I've been playing Souls RNG for the past 6 days by the time I'm making this video, and for the years it has been out, I have not touched Souls RNG until now. Now keep in mind that this video is not about Souls RNG, it's about how hard it is to find good games on Roblox. There was a time where you would see Jailbreak, Meep City, and Prison Life on your For You page. But now what do you see? If you said good games, you'd be right, but also somewhat wrong. There are good games out there, but that doesn't mean all starts well ends well. Some games that we find gets too repetitive, and then they end up getting dry afterwards. Just leading us to question, is it us or is it Roblox? Roblox will always throw out games that children will love, leading teenagers and young adults alike to scramble through that pile for a good game. But sometimes it isn't our fault, sometimes it isn't Roblox's fault, sometimes it's just the developer's choices. Developers choose to make games for their audience. Some are easier for the brain, while some are more active in the mindset. But even at the end of the day, some games get on the popular page due to this reason, and those games that don't get on the popular page are forced to attempt to sponsor a game or rely on a small community to be noticed. However, sponsoring has flaws and the chances of people looking for your game if you don't have a solid sense of money is near to zero. What I'm saying is, Roblox has a recommendation problem. We went through a lot of eras, that being said simulators up to the now trending brain rots. I don't blame people for hopping on trends, but it takes away the originality. While I was searching, I came across a game called 6-7 Clicker. Truly a work of art. Roblox shows that if children enjoy it, it hardly matters for the older audience, and trends just break the layer of this. Games that I played that had gone by a trend or famous features go by many. In-game, that I cold-heartedly enjoyed, I refused to constantly play it. The realization that over time game passes and powers were the main focus stalked me. Sure, they focused on game modes and additional content, but that underweighs how much people have to grind in this game, though to still grab the attention of the people that play these updates, new powers, or in other cases, roles are granted. I spent over 2,000 Robux just to figure out that none of this really matters. The chances for mythics are so small, but children never seem to notice this. Some of the developers from Heroes Battlegrounds focusing on in-game doesn't really make any sense to me anymore. Money can be a topic, but also animation can be a priority. The times when Grow Garden was popular has been replaced by another predecessor, Plants vs. Brainrots. Before that, however, Grow Garden used to be a simple game, but then soon over time new plants were being added that caused steady inflation, which caused the income to buy newer plants go up by millions. The game was simple in its early days, but now you have to get boosted to even have a sensible amount of progression. This boosting, however, led to people's demotivation to continue any more updates further. Pets being the addition, mutations just cause people to question, is there too much to do just to gain money in the best garden? I have never touched Steal a Brainrot and I probably won't for a while to come. TikToks and YouTube has already showed me how that game is, which if I touched it, I'd probably encounter tons of children walking the game that are getting trolled or bullied by others stealing their brainrots. And not surprising enough, it's also a sensible ground for scammers as well. Anything brainrot related would definitely get children's attention. These genres of games that are constantly trending get over thousands of concurrent players each time, muffling out games that have a unique sense of gameplay. Each of these games that do get popular gets a copy of something that is inspired off each time. The recommendation system gets filled with these, which younger people will click on, making things even worse. So let's stop and think. You might say this is unavoidable and this is how the recommendation is, which is true. Nothing can be changed about the people's choice. Things can be changed about how Roblox advertises. If Roblox ever added an account genre preference or choice within the settings, it could clear up all the mess that we see today, making the recommendation seem a little bit better. Instead of it relying on how the general platform feels, it relies on how people of your genre feels. This feels like a reasonable thing to do without any drawbacks. But will Roblox ever add this? Probably not. I spent 10 years on this platform just to see games change then and now. I could be feeling a sense of nostalgia, but as we grow older and see more players pop more and more on Roblox, changing how games are being launched, it makes me feel burnt out. It's not like I would give in and start playing Minecraft, but I would follow the other crowd of people like me that are trying to search for another game with little to none player base and enjoy it, then hopefully bring that game to light to people who share the same interests as me. Playing games that I can AFK for hours was just a temporary sense of relief, and I would just get back to finding a proper good game. I can imagine some other people out there that feels the same thing. So to really come to a conclusion that Roblox is dead, you would have to point out the obvious first. Everything stated earlier is a position Roblox is in, which sadly won't be changed for a while. Brainrots gets updated every month, and games base themselves off that. So for something that has to change, that something will have to be more consistent than brainrots to change how games are shown. In-game being an exception, as it was based off the popular Squid Game series. There's plenty of games that I didn't name on here that is also an exception, but to keep it short, the major trending games were the most cited upon. I grow tired of how Roblox's new content is, so I want to be that person that can shine light onto new areas that aren't worse for the platform. All being said and done, thank you for watching, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you on the next one.